Good afternoon. We have the pleasure to have with us Andrea Lovato, Managing Partner of F&P Equity Partners. Andrea has a solid industrial background. In the last 20 years, he has been board member and CEO of Tenova, CEO of Techgraph, Senior Vice President Business Development at Techint, Vice President of Business Development at Iveco, and Vice President Strategy at Fiat. Could you please describe F&P Equity Partner, please?
Yes, Paolo. Good afternoon. F&P is a private equity company. We are mainly investing in small, medium enterprises in Italy to accelerate their growth and development. F&P is quite different from the other private equity, from the typical one, as we strongly believe on the values of industrial competence. That's why most of the partners are coming from industrial background as the one that you just described. Of course, we believe that industrial companies together with the financial competence can really be the one that are challenging, if you like, a company in their M&A growth, in their boosting their target performance. And so that's our model.
Thank you, Andrea. What are, according to your knowledge, the main challenge you see for supply chains?
Yeah, from my perspective, there are mainly three, let's say, big challenges. The first one is for sure linked to sustainability. Of course, sustainability is pushed by regulatory requirements, by all the SG goals to be reached, logistic chain to be reviewed, and of course, more and more where the material are going to be supplied is critical for reaching this goal. So I believe the supply chain need to be redesigned due to that. Second, of course, is the disruption caused by the many geopolitical events and by the climate change. So more and more, of course, it is impacting really the supply chain. And last but not least is the need of traceability. So the fact that companies have to monitor every stage of the supply chain and they need to keep track of it. I mean, of course, this challenge is quite different from the other two because it requires investment in digitalization, in IT, so quite different skills from the previous one.
Thank you. And what impact do you foresee for artificial intelligence in procurement?
Of course, it is hard for me to really give a definitive let's say answer, but for sure, increasing standardization of the automation, let's say, of low-value activities. There are many tasks that are repetitive, and for sure, AI will enhance the possibility to automate these low-value tasks. And second, I believe the ability to enlarge the supplier basis with a lower cost. Now, today it's pretty expensive to find new suppliers, especially if you think into a global perspective. I think AI will really speed up and reduce the cost of introducing new supplier, of course, with even more, let's say, more specific criteria like a level of service that can be measured in a more sophisticated way. That's a bit my view.
Thank you. We go back to one of the main challenge you were mentioning in the previous question is sustainability. So sustainable procurement could create a stronger competitive advantage. What is your prediction about that?
Yeah, of course. I think one of the good points is that more and more the procurement process will accelerate its moving to creating with the supplier more a partnership, a strategic partnership, because of course to reach eco-friendly task require a joint and common investment. And somehow the reason I was mentioning before, traceability also go back to the supplier to really achieve a common goal. So I think first it will move more and more suppliers into strategic partners. Second, I believe in this case the procurement department can add value because government, local communities, even external stakeholders like banks are putting significant incentive into the fact that a company is capable to reach financial goals together with sustainable goals. So I think procurement can really participate to the capability of the company to get these incentives.
And what are the three top skills for a CPO in these challenges you were estimating?
Yeah, the first one probably is connected to what I just mentioned into the fact that you will have to manage a strategic partners. So basically this means to move from very strong negotiating skills to the capability to relationship management skills, which of course are quite different and of course require the capability to put into the table win-win partnership. That's quite far away from a typical negotiator ability, let's say. Second, for sure, agility, as always, and curiosity, because there is such a rapid evolution that without curiosity and strategic agility, it's hard to keep the pace with the change in the global market. And last but not least, of course, understanding how to leverage artificial intelligence into the daily task. Of course, this is not something that can be learned just into a course, but somehow training will help a lot in getting example from others in how different industry and different procurement manager introduce the AI into the daily habits. So I think AI cannot just be learned by ourselves, just standing in front of a computer. Trial is important, but even more to get example by others, to get training in how these tools can be used in practical ways from other experience very similar to ours. That's my view.
Yes, I totally agree with you, and we are working a lot in the networking because we really believe that a strong training can be addressed also peer-to-peer connections, no? So if you see somebody with a good best practice, to get in touch, to see his error, her error, and to learn from peers.
Fully agree. That's exactly what I was mentioning.
Andrea, thank you very much for your time. I wish you all the best.
It is a pleasure. It was a pleasure. Thank you. Ciao.